Hello everyone, well this should just be a quick little video for tonight, just some news article. I'm going to point out this word news to YouTube's censors because the last video I did on this subject got hidden from the search results, I think, and demonetized. So it's a great platform this is. This is something I want to look at very soon, watching you watch, the tracking ecosystem of over-the-top TV streaming devices. Sounds an interesting subject. Nice paper that's about 17 pages long. Shouldn't take me too long to get through that. Anyway, onwards with the actual video. So there's a saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And this is news about a school district in Wolcott, Connecticut, which is battling a ransomware attack for the second time. So yeah, recently I discussed about how a lot of school districts and city offices in America are having to battle ransomware attacks and generally failing miserably and having to pay out the fines to the attackers who have encrypted their systems. Yes, there's nothing like funding a bit of crime. Really not good. Just don't do it. And I'm wondering where some of this money's going to. Hear mutterings about it going to North Korea. I wonder. It could be. Maybe that's how they get paid there. Anyway, let's take a look at this news article. So after noticing a second attack on September the 4th, teachers and students are once again left without access to basic functionality such as internet browsing or email, since administrators turned off systems and disconnected the internet as protective measures. Ooh, some containment measures. So no one wants to be held hostage. It's like, here we go again. The mayor said the district continues to work with cybersecurity experts. Yeah, I've seen they brought in some experts, but I read it on a different article, and honestly, I haven't got a clue who you are. They just sound... I don't know. Can't make a judgment, and I can't even remember their name. It's really that memorable to me. So the type of ransomware used in the attack has not been disclosed. I bet it's WannaCry. I bet it's like really basic like WannaCry that has been patched for ages and is actually easily avoidable just by closing the remote desktop protocol RDP. Yeah, probably RDP port open to the internet. Or maybe someone inside opened a dodgy email, phishing email. Who knows? Probably something like that. So the district has reported that it's working with local police and federal authorities who have joined on a cybersecurity task force to investigate. So they're committed to ensuring network security is restored to industry standard levels. What does that meant to mean? What, you do the basics like put a firewall there? Bet it's that. So while state and federal law enforcement have informed us that it is impossible to fully prevent such an attack of malware, we will do everything in our power to reduce the risk. What kind of excuse is that? It's impossible to fully prevent another attack. Well, granted, you can get some malware infections in companies, but it's what you do afterwards. It's what your data recovery procedures are. And in the case of these school districts, it sounds like your data recovery is non-existent or has been caught out in the crypto locker attack. Yeah, so many times I've seen that. It's like they've not paid for separate offsite data storage for the backups. So they're sticking it on the same server, which gets done over by the crypto locker virus, and your backups and day-to-day data gets encrypted. And then what do? You're out of luck. Either start over or pay the ransom, fund crime. Yeah, just don't do it. I can see the predicament there. The cost to start over. And I was reading the news story about when they were first caught out that some of the data was actually stored in Microsoft Cloud and Google Drive, and that data remained safe. But some teachers had a lot of years worth of work on the system. I think they talked about one teacher in particular who had about 18 years of his data on the work system not backed up anywhere else, and that's just gone. So yeah, this first attack, they were trying to pay up to $9,999. What happens if it's $10,000? Like, is there something that it has to be then publicly noted So I'm not familiar enough with American financial records here. Like, is it, if you hit 10,000 from government spending, is it become like very highlighted on a particular report? I don't know. Or maybe it's just that's all they could get. The ransom demand was $12,000 and they were trying to reduce it because let's try and negotiate a little bit. So the attack, so that sum has not been paid. So it makes me wonder how much data they've lost the second time around. And there's no mention of what the latest demand is. I couldn't see it. I read quite a few different articles. So the first attack, which affected all 5 schools in the Western Connecticut district, upset parents who said they were worried about the security of their children's data and interruptions to their educations. And yet there's the excuse about ransomware becoming more prevalent. So it did make me wonder about an old Simpsons episode where, this is going back a bit, but Lisa stole all the teacher's edition books. These books had like all the tests and answers in them, and teachers were absolutely lost without them. I can't help but think, is this like the modern equivalent where teachers lose their data, their teaching plans, and it just ends up like this? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the funny side of it because it was just, the joke was funny in The Simpsons. I know it's a bad situation to be in, but yeah, come on. There's a way to deal with cybersecurity incidents. It's a fairly standard way of doing with it. Was it 6 stages? Yeah, so we have preparation. Don't think you're prepared. Identification. Well, I think identification of CryptoLocker tends to be fairly obvious because it comes up on the screen like your files are encrypted, and yeah, it's kind of difficult to miss that one. Containment. Seeing as they were done over twice, I don't think they did the containment measure. I think that crucial stage was missed out. Eradication. Well, you've not cleared up after your first incident. You've not got rid of all the malware. So yeah, and they don't have a good backup to go back to. So recovery, yeah, that can't be done. And lessons learned. Sounds like that hasn't happened. So yeah, there's 6 stages here, and kind of like you've only done one of them because it's so blindingly obvious. So yeah, I dare say the IT team there is struggling, and their cybersecurity experts haven't helped them. That could be funding issues. I bet it's funding issues. Well, thanks for watching. See you all later.